Adventures.
Greetings all, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, by now, the cat is out of the bag. The Glock 20 Gen 5 is out. I know many of you have seen my videos I've done on it, so I wanted to compare it with the Gen 4 and give you my opinion on whether you should buy the Gen 5 or go ahead and keep the Gen 4. Now, Long Windy Road, LW Road, and I have been joking about people trying to sell their Gen 4s, and now they may not want to after my video came out, because I have seen on the local market, at least here in Alaska, a lot of people putting up their Glock 20 Gen 4s for sale, and my guess is they're doing this in anticipation of upgrading to a Gen 5. So major differences. We're going to do a full tabletop side-by-side comparison here, but there are some major differences. The biggest one in my mind are the slide serrations in the front. Big surprise. Glock always does that with their new models, and the MOS system where you can put a red dot up on top. Obviously there's some changes with the recoil system. The ergonomics, the shape, and the trigger are the big ones, but there have been problems with this. So we're going to talk about it at the end. I'm going to roll some shooting side by side. So let's go ahead and roll that. We'll do the tabletop, and then I'll give you my final discussion on it. All right, let's go. All right, comparing Glock 20 Gen 5 versus the old Gen 4. We're going to do 5 shots each. That was 5, right?
Yep.
I can't count. All right, Gen 4. I like the grips on the Gen 5. I almost feel like I shot the Gen 4 better. All right, here's what you get in the box with the Gen 5. Obviously, you get the firearm, which is safe, and what I really like about the new Glocks is you get 3 mags. So the mags are a little different. LW Road was telling me the followers are different, but I did seat a Gen 4 and a Gen 5, and I believe they will work, but there is obviously the orange deal there. You get 2 extra back straps, so I am planning on putting this longer beaver tail in there, which I always like the feel of. I feel like I get a higher purchase with a good beaver tail that comes out like that. So it's nice to see that. There's a pin in there, don't lose that. You get 1 plate for the MOS system, so I'm assuming that's a Trijicon RMR footprint, but 1 plate, not bad. Standard lock and your pamphlet and mag feeder. So that's what you get in the box. Let's compare the 2 Glocks now, shall we? All right, here we have them side by side. Obviously, there are some differences in the color because later on, Glock released these kind of ugly olive puke colored frames in the Gen 4s. There's a big difference in the texture, which you can't see. I'm not going to have to get some grips like I have here, Talon grips or something. I won't need that on these because it's a more aggressive little pyramid shaped stippling. I forgot what it's called, FRS system or something. LW Road was telling me. This is also apparently an SF frame, which this is not. So it is no wonder I have small hands. This feels better in the hand. This Glock is also safe. Boy, I got old springs on that because that is so much easier to rack than this guy, which is much more harder to rack with brand new springs. I need to probably change my springs out with this guy. I've never changed the recoil spring on my Gen 4. But right off the bat, this is what I was talking about. See how you can see through this hole. See the white there? You can see through that hole. That's a big gap for debris to get in. If you look at this, it's actually not, I was wrong. It's not, well, that might be polymer. It looks like a piece, no, it's a piece of metal, part of the slide guard or something they have there. That is blocked, so debris is not going to get in there. Obviously, there's a gap there where debris can get in. Triggers, no question. the trigger feels better to me on the Gen 5. But not a whole lot better. It is a little better. It feels crisper, a little less mushy. It can also be worked in, but they do have those performance triggers that are supposedly going to come out. These slide serrations, love it. They shouldn't even make any Glocks without forward slide serrations. Let's look at, okay, the rear sights are a little bit less bulky. It's a smaller actual piece for the rear sights. Front sights are about the same. As far as width, it's, oh man, the Gen 4 almost does look a little more blocky. It's not though, they're exactly the same because this fit in my chest holster for the Gen 4. It was just a little tight because of the stupid ambidextrous safety. So as you can see, there's the safety on that side, and this side there is not. They should have made that interchangeable, not ambi. That is horrible. Now I've got an extra thing right there I'm never going to use that I could accidentally hit, that just makes it wider. Do not like that. As far as the shape, the rails look about the same. Let's look at the recoil spring system, shall we? Okay, so on this side, I have Gen 5. On this side, I have Gen 4. As you can see, it is slightly longer, or actually a good deal, about a centimeter longer on the Gen 5. It's got a bigger, more robust, longer recoil spring. I don't believe you can use the same barrel because look, the barrel has to account for this. So you cannot put a Gen 4 barrel into a Gen 5. None of the aftermarket barrels will work, which is a bummer because LW Road just got his KKM barrel for the Gen 4. So pretty interesting. So definitely a lot of changes there. I didn't feel a whole lot of felt recoil difference. So I'm sure it's there, but it's probably so subtle that I wasn't able to really see much of a difference. I always do that. Okay, got them together. We're going to talk about some of the differences with the barrels in another video because there's another talking point I have. But those are the basic differences. The grip texture feels so much better. There's that big gap. Triggers, recoil system, that. Barrels are not interchangeable, but as you can see, this is a Gen 4 mag. It fits. It locks back. I think the Gen 4 mags that you have will fit the Gen 5 fine. So I've always found mags from Gen 4 and Gen 5 to work together. So, all right, guys. Well, as you can see, there are some clear advantages to the Gen 5. No question, the trigger is better. The ergonomics is better. It just feels so much better in the hand. You can do press checks up front so much easier with the slide serrations. I like the sights better. Only thing I don't like is that window. They remove some of the polymer right here so that more debris can get in and get into the magazine and stuff. So I don't like that. And obviously the reliability. As many of you know, I had problems shooting hard cast 200 grain Underwood high-tech coated hard cast ammo. That is a huge problem at this point in time. Based on my observation, I have to say, stick with your Gen 4. This thing is tried or true. It doesn't have any problems shooting that hard cast. So I would say stick with the Gen 4. What I think they should have done is just added some slide serrations to the Gen 4 and added optic cut, and that's it. Why fix what's not broken? That's what I say. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have some more videos on the subject of the malfunctions. I'm going to do some more testing with Chuck from Alaska Ballistics this weekend, so I'll have more videos up there. But very disappointed with the reliability of the Gen 5, so that's my final. Keep the Gen 4. We're going to see if some of those ads this week go down on people trying to sell their Gen 4 after they see my video of the horrible malfunctions that were happening. So for my personal choice, when I go out into the woods next summer on my hunting trips, fishing trips, hiking, I have to say I'm going to carry the Gen 4. I'm glad I didn't get my chest holster changed for the Gen 5 because I wouldn't trust my life with something that's going to jam with heavy bear loads. So I picked the Gen 4 at this time. You know, the jury's still out. Maybe I got a dud, but that's doubtful. A Glock should just run out of the box, and my Gen 4 does that. So I say Gen 4 is better than Gen 5. Let me know what you guys think. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, no, I'm getting shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you almost die every time.